Today we're going to learn how to carry out addition and subtractions for integers. Okay, so we're going to learn how to carry out addition and subtractions for integers. Okay, so the first example is very simple, which is 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Okay, so this example is very straightforward because this is the example of the addition for one small positive number add with another larger positive numbers. Okay, so what you get is you get positive 3. Okay, positive 3. Okay, so the second example is a bit special because this is the additions of one small positive number with a larger negative numbers. Okay, so this is an example of 1 plus, whenever you have the negative number, remember to put the brackets. Okay, remember to put the brackets. Okay, so whenever you have a negative numbers, remember to put a brackets. Okay, so this is the example of the addition of one small positive number plus with the larger negative numbers. Okay, so will be equivalent to, okay, so you need to open up the bracket. Okay, so when you open a bracket, let's look at the symbols. Positive times negative, what you get is negative. Okay, so positive times negative, what you get is negative. So that's why you get 1 minus 2, which is equivalent to negative 1. Okay, 1 minus 2, which is equal to negative 1. So this is the example of the addition of one small positive number add to the larger negative number. So that's why n now is equal to 1 minus 2, which will produce negative 1. From here you can see that it will produce a negative numbers. When you plus the small positive number with the larger negative number, you produce a negative numbers. Okay, so third example also simple, where you add a larger positive number to the smallest positive number. So you add 2 plus 1, this is rather straightforward, which is equal to 3. Okay, you add a larger positive number to a smaller positive number, you produce a positive numbers. Okay, and then the last example for the addition is you add a larger positive number to a smaller negative numbers. Okay, so as I mentioned, whenever you have the negative number, remember to put the bracket. Remember to put the bracket. Okay, so now you have 2 plus bracket negative 1. Okay, which is equivalent to, you need to open the bracket. So we want to open the bracket, you need to look at the multiplication between plus and minus. So positive times negative, what do you get? You get negative. So that's why equivalent to 2 minus 1, which is equivalent to 1. So this is the example of the addition of the larger positive number to a smallest negative number, which will still produce a positive numbers. Okay, so here is the example, for example of the additions process between different combinations. This is the addition for one small positive number to a larger positive number, which will produce a positive number. So this is the example of the addition of one smaller positive number to the larger negative number, where you produce a negative numbers. This is the example of the addition of larger positive number to a smaller positive number, where you produce a positive number. And finally, this is the addition of the larger positive number to a smaller negative number, where you produce a positive number. So this is all the 4 combinations of the additions between the integer. First, second, third, and fourth. All the 4 combination of the additions for the integers. Now looks at the subtractions process. Okay, so the lower part is the subtraction process for the integers. Okay, so this is the example of you use a smaller number minus with a larger positive number, which is rather straightforward. What you get? You will get -1, which is the negative number. Why? Because you use a smaller positive number minus with the larger positive number. That's why you produce -1, which is the negative numbers. Okay, so the second example is, right, you use a smaller positive number minus with larger negative numbers. So as I mentioned before, whenever you have the negative, remember to put the bracket. Okay, remember to put the bracket. Okay, so this is the example of the smaller positive number minus with the larger negative number. So we equivalent to, in order to simplify it, you need to take out the bracket. So we want to take out the bracket, you will see that this is the multiplication between negative and negative, which will produce a positive. Okay, so negative multiplied with negative will produce a positive. So that's why equivalent to 1 plus 2, which is equivalent to 3. Okay, so this is the example of you use a smaller negative positive number minus with the larger negative number, if you produce a positive numbers. Okay, so the third example is the larger positive number minus smaller positive number. Rather straightforward, you will straight away get 1. Okay, so this is the larger positive number minus smaller positive number, you get positive 1. Okay, and finally this is the example of a larger positive number minus with a smaller negative numbers. Okay, a larger positive number minus with a smaller negative numbers. Okay, so as I mentioned before, whenever you have the negative number, remember to put the bracket. Okay, whenever you have the negative number, remember to put the bracket. Okay, so in order to simplify it, you need to take out the bracket. When you want to take out the bracket, right, you can see negative times negative, you become positive. Okay, negative times negative, you become positive. That's why equivalent to 2 plus 1, which is equivalent to 3. Okay, so this is the example of a positive number minus a smaller negative number, so you produce a positive number. So here are the 4 combinations of the substitutions between the integer, where the first one involves smaller positive number minus larger positive number, where you produce a negative number. The second example is a smaller positive number minus a larger negative number, where you produce a positive number. Okay, the third example is a larger positive number minus with the smallest positive number, you produce a positive number. And finally, the last example is the example of the larger positive number minus with the smallest negative number, you still produce a positive numbers. Okay, so these are the 4 possible combinations of the subtractions for the integers. I hope that you can understand for today's lessons and enjoy for today's lessons. Okay, so if you wish to learn anything, remember to leave your suggestions in the comments so that I can consider it in the coming lessons. Okay, so I hope they enjoy for today's videos. If you like my videos, remember to subscribe to my channels, share the video, turn on the notifications and like the videos. For any online enquiries, you may contact me via this email address. Okay, hopefully they can benefit from today's lessons, and I hope that I can see you on the next videos. Thank you very much for your time and see you on the next video. Okay, bye bye. Thank you.